Hello, everybody. It's our 5th birthday today on Kindred. So we're doing a 5th birthday special show. Got me, Jake, Scarlett, and JOJO for the next 2 hours. And we're just going to be speaking... Oh, hello. We're going to be speaking about the past 5 years of Kindred. And even previous to that, sort of the parties at Grow before the shop opened. And we're going to be playing sort of music from the shop. Going to be speaking about our favourite memories and playing music from those memories. And we're going to be speaking about all other Kindred projects. So Kindred trips away from home, books, merch, everything we've done. And throughout the whole time, we're going to be playing voice notes from all our Kindred residents and friends and family, hearing all of their favourite memories throughout the year. So I'm going to start with some more music before we get back into the speaking.
Hey, this is Scarlett. Thank you. Whoa, the song just got really dancey. Thank you, Jake, for hosting this. It's a really nice way to celebrate 5 years of Kindred. We're 5 years in this form we're in now, but we kind of go back to before. That sounds really mysterious, but yeah, so we kind of first started by putting on club nights, and to be honest, JOJO kind of was the brainchild behind these, which I'm sure likes to remind people. So you might wanna start speaking about this, but to be honest, I think the nights kind of, we have to speak about Benji in this as well, because I kind of don't think that Kindred in its form, I keep saying form, but how we are, we took a lot of inspiration from Benji. That's DJ Persuasion. And with some other aliases. But JOJO, do you want to?
Yeah. So when on a club night under another name, not Kindred, I think when we first left school just after sixth form, and then when it came around to doing another party, it's when I first started hanging out and working with Benji. And I remember we were at a dinner before, I think it was 10 years of DBA, or DBA versus No Symbols at Corsica Studios, and he mentioned this person, DJ Persuasion, which is him, which I didn't know at the time, and because I was yapping to him saying, you know, Jungle's coming back, and he was like, it's never been gone. Started talking about the Persuasion mixes, and it really made me want to put on a party again. And I partnered him with Kenny White, who I was hassling once a week at Low Company. I didn't really know much about music, and I would always go to the record shop and ask really annoying questions and linger too long. And both those people were like super up for coming and doing a night with me, and it was like two people that had really my eyes up to music and were kind of putting me onto interesting things. So it felt right to do this first party with them at Grow Tottenham.
Yeah, so the party was in 2018. With
Long time ago.
long time ago. DJ
Long
Persuasion, Kenny White, and JoJo and Noah warming up. Jay, you and Noah used to warm up all the early parties. Is that right?
Yeah. I think we played the first 2 hours of every night for a long time, and then I think I had a realization that maybe we should let someone else DJ.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was the first 3 or 4 nights. I think for the first year of parties, I think the last time we opened together
Was it not Latitude?
I don't know if that was before or after we did a party at, what's it called, Unit 58 I think that was exactly a year of
that party.
Yeah. First time I lost a lot of money.
That was the first.
Yeah. It was, who was it? It was Tasha, Souvenir.
Yeah.
With Tasha back-to-back DJ Persuasion, Souvenir, me and Noah, maybe someone else. I remember it was one of those nights where Jake, you weren't away, and I was relying on you to bring friends and bring tickets.
Yeah, I was not
A
there.
bunch of other people weren't here.
I don't have any friends.
People hadn't come back from uni yet, and then it was Caribou and Fortet round the corner for £5. So the night was set for disaster.
Also, didn't they have to didn't something happen with the turntables where you had to buy, we didn't realize you had to rent them. They didn't come with the setup. And it was like a scramble last minute to try and find some turntables.
They were being cheeky.
I feel like they share the turntables with low profile in Haringey, so it's like only one venue gets them a night.
Battle mode.
Or you have to, I turned up and I was like, where are the turntables? And they were like, I've got to pay extra if you want turntables. And luckily I had a text message where he said turntables included. But they're proper cheeky, wheeler dealers, trying to make us pay extra for turntables. But they were skipping quite far ahead. That was the 4th party we did.
Yeah, so I think there was 4 parties at Grow Tottenham, which was the best venue. And I feel like it was the perfect venue for Kindred. And I sort of think that the vibe of Grow Tottenham sort of has tried to exist in the shop in some way. I feel like it sort of informed the sort of...
I think as a space it was pretty... up for having people that they didn't really, they kind of trusted in people. Where I think now I'm speaking to a lot of younger people who are coming through the space who are trying to put on nights, and there's kind of a bit of a hierarchy that comes with it. Clubs want to see that you've put nights on before and you've sold tickets, and I think they were just super open, and also up for things like having video projections, messing with the lights. It was just a really nice space. It definitely felt homely.
Shout out Paul, who now runs Avalon Cafe. But he was super helpful the whole time. We were putting on nights there and literally let us come in and stick projectors to the ceiling. And it's not really a thing anymore, but live visuals was live video projections was a really big part of our first.
Which is kind of how Jake started to get involved, really.
Yeah.
Because me and Jake met at the Slade at the art school. What was our first conversation? This was the grounder.
We sat down on literally the very first day of school, and we were sitting next to each other, and we were like, "Oh," I was like, "I'm into music," and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm also into music," and and you're like, "What DJs are you into?" I was like, "I quite like Ben UFO," and you were like,
"Oh my god!"
You're like, "Oh my god, there's a Ben UFO."
Stone Island presents.
On the weekend, do you want to come? I was like, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah, that was the first night out of many.
I think that's the first time I met you as well, Jake.
Yeah, I think so. With lots of Stone Island boys in their big puffer jackets.
I remember my dad came through with a bottle of champagne, and I felt so cool. Because I was at uni, first year, I'd kind of grown up in London, was going to uni, if I make more mates. That's amazing. But I felt a bit like isolated about everyone else going off to uni, having these big uni experiences. So I think when I met Jake, I was like, oh, thank God, I've got someone. But yeah, so the video, you did a few videos.
Yeah, we used to do, well, in the sort of dance floor of Grow, me and
Yeah.
JoJo would work on videos together. So it was like video work that would sort of respond to the music.
Audio visual.
Audio visual.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
a lot of it we like. What do we do? We use this software called VDMX. So like any visuals we made, like reacted to different frequencies of the sound. Spent a lot of time
Yeah.
geeking out over that.
And that was fun. And then in the sort of chill out room next door, would sort of make video work that'd be projected, and people could just chill out and sit on the sofas and watch the video. And yeah, it was good. I think for me, sort of a big moment in those early parties was the second party with Riz Latif, because the first party we'd done was like quite quiet, like understandably it was the very first party.
Yeah.
But then we got to the second party with Riz Latif, and we managed to sell out. And
I remember checking the RA app, like the ticket scanner app, and literally I remember being at Prees and we were like refreshing it and be like, we sold 3 more tickets, we sold 4 more, we sold 5 more, and we were just like absolutely like so excited.
yeah, and it was rammed. It was like very busy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember like Paul having to get extra security and open another smoking area out back. Yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
I'm trying to think if I'd met Alex before that.
I'd met Alex like once before. I bumped into Alex Riz Latif like at a Hyperdub party at Corsica, which was maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before the Kindred party, and I obviously like recognised who he was, and I was like, oh, you Riz Latif? And he was like, yeah, and I was like, oh, I'm sort of part of Kindred, and we're doing a party at Grow sort of next month, and you're playing, and he was like, oh yeah, cool, and so we just like met each other, and then yeah, it would have been at the Kindred party at Grow, which was the second time I met him, I think.
Should we play a
Well,
voice?
we got some voice notes we're going to play from people, and then we might get into some music that sort of reminds us of those times at early parties.
Okay.
I've got such good memories of going to that first Kindred party in 2018 in Grove, Tottenham, with no expectations. I remember I just never heard anything like it before or been to a party like that before. I remember feeling the same when the shop opened. There wasn't and still isn't anything else like that in London. Such a strong community has been built out of that little shop, and it's been such a privilege to be there and to be involved over the 5 years that it's been open. I'm not alone in having made some friends for life in that shop. Seriously, congratulations on the 5 years, guys. As always, love to JoJo, Scar and the gang, and I can't wait for the next 5 years.
I just want to say quickly, shout out to Luke. He's one of those people that you basically can guarantee on turning up. Always. And yeah, just shout out to Luke for being a legend.
Yeah, the first time Luke came to that first party, but I didn't actually get to speak to him or bump into him. And then when we first properly met, I was walking out of the toilets on the rooftop of
Boiler room
when they were doing those in-store things, and I came out of the toilet and Luke came up to me and was like, do you run Kindred? In my head I was like, oh my god,
I'm fucking famous.
yeah, I literally thought I was God. I was like, this music thing's working. I'd done one party, and but yeah, we became good friends ever since. He's been like a massive supporter. During the first few nights when we were younger, he would like sell tickets for us. He was, always the first to support. So big up Luke.
Also, just on that, Luke's one of those people that I remember him saying to me that like he never wanted to be he doesn't want to be a DJ. He doesn't want to play out, but he just loves music. And I think that's something important about Kindred as a space, that it's not, some people just want to listen to tunes and that's nice. So thank you, Luke.
I'm going to play a voice note from Riz Latif now.
Hi, my name's Riz Latif, and I'm going to talk about the Grow party, our Kindred party I played at Grow. I remember being really good. I remember like red being a dominant colour in that like cage bit. I think I was playing like a lot of funky at the time and still playing only vinyl then, which was sweet because you Kindred guys accommodated me. Yeah, I just remember it being really good. It was a really fun party, always good vibes with you lot. Yeah, congratulations on the 5 years.
Okay, I'm going to play a song which I think was played like so much at those early parties. It's Death Rattle by LSD XOXO.
Ready? All right, let's do it. I feel like that tune, that LSD XOXO one, I guess that era, is that when he kind of first started like blowing up massive?
Yeah, he had other parties at Grow as well. There was like times where we would Grow all the time, but yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like we would just like, I think like that tune would just always get rinsed at pre-drinks like all the time. But this next one is Body Snatch Euphony. It's the Cough mix. I think it's called different things on Discogs, depending on the pressing. But I remember Benji opened with this at the first Grow party, and like, I think it's still now, like, it's such an interesting track. I think it's one of those points with drum and bass where, or jungle, where like, you know, the sound was still evolving and still kind of figuring itself out. And I think that's like the super interesting point with music, where like it's kind of in between genres and something's forming. Yeah, let me just play that now.
Just for you, like. Just for you, London. 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 Just for you, London.
All right, we'll let this one just ride out in the background.
Just for you, London.
So we want to talk about the shop opening, or even how like the idea of radio started. We need to talk about Louis here as well as Noah. I mean, what era was like radar at its peak? Because I think that
was like 2015 though.
that's something that like really was like super exciting at the time for us. I remember like me and Louis would always talk about it, and like I had a set up in my room, and we were always. I think maybe we'd started doing Kindred nights, or maybe just before. But we were like, maybe it was during sixth form actually. We would like everyone would like come to my house and like hang out and DJ in the room, and like I'd always had this idea to maybe like we'll start a radio station from my bedroom, but you know these ideas never usually happen. But I remember like radar just seemed like this super exciting thing at the time. It was kind of when all these grime sets were blowing up as well. What's that ringing noise? All right, 1 sec. Wait, let me put something on in the background, which Jake doesn't want to hear.
Oh no.
It's a good background song. But yeah, it's kind of been, it's one of those things that people always talk about as a group of friends and it never actually happens.
Wait, first of all, is my mic on?
Yeah, your mic's on.
First of all, you need to speak about how we all met. You're speaking about Louis and
Oh,
Noah
yeah.
as if they've just like
Oh, yeah.
appeared.
So we all went to school together. Me, Scarlett, Louis and Noah. Me and
Me-
Scarlett were in the
yeah.
same form. I think Louis and Noah were on the other side of the year.
No, Noah was on our side.
Noah was on our side of the year, sorry, no. Louis was on the other side of the year.
Louis on
um,
the bad side of the year.
Yeah. me, Scar and Noah were friends for longer. And then around sixth form at Reading Festival, or in that gap just after secondary school, I think me and Louis and you hung out at Reading Festival. And that's
Well-
where it kind of cemented.
Yeah, I think.
Or would you
Well,
say
we're not going to go into the
differently?
politics of it. me and Louis actually went to Glastonbury in 2017 together. So.
Reading and Leeds was before that.
Oh, anyway. But yeah, we all went to school together, which I think is really special. And I think when people talk about Kindred as being a community or a family, I think our friendship being the base of that is probably the glue of Kindred. So yeah, we're in JoJo's bedroom in sixth form.
Yeah, everyone, basically coming around every weekend for prees or just staying there all night, DJing. We had a pair of my brother's mate Luke gave me a pair of belt drive Newmark turntables. And that's what we first started using.
And can I just say on those turntables, didn't they get past the John Barrow and then got past the Nancy June?
That's a separate set of turntables.
Oh, okay.
No, those turntables were passed down from my brother's friend to me. And they
What?
the record weight was snapped off, so I'd
Oh.
taped loads of coins together with electrical tape. And they were belt drive, and I couldn't mix. It was like the worst thing ever. But that's kind of how we got into DJing. Couldn't afford CDJs, so I think I got Serato for Christmas 1 year or something like that, which I thought was awful to use. But we started using that, and then eventually we ended up with a pair of CDJs a couple years down the line. But that turntable story, it was me and John had just started hanging out
Wait,
properly.
this is later on.
It's not.
Okay.
It's before Kindred.
Okay.
Me and John started hanging out in sixth form because we both started. I was working for Benji. John was doing some work for Will. Even though we went to school together, he was a year above, and I don't think we'd ever spoken ever. And I think we just worked out we were in similar circles musically and we're interested in similar things. So when he came back from uni from Sheffield, he would sometimes meet up with me because I stayed in London, didn't go to uni. And we went out to a Trilogy Tapes night together. I think I left early because Scar had to swim the Serpentine or something like that. And I got a call from John the next morning saying, do you want a pair of turntables for 100 quid? And he was like, they're direct drive, they're not Technics. But I think he picked up a pair of Technics in Sheffield, so these were spare. So then he drove round to mine in the morning. I can't remember what time in the morning, but he hadn't been to sleep. I had. And he just turned up at my parents' house with a pair of turntables for me. And that's where I properly, actually figured out how to mix records. And years down the line, those ended up getting passed on to Nancy as well. I don't know who has them
my
now.
first experience of playing records, playing with turntables. I came and took a big bag of records to your house. I walked from my house, 40-minute walk with 2 massive tote bags full of records and practiced on them for the first time.
Yeah, it's crazy. We basically started learning how to DJ in that room. So that's that room has basically just been transferred into here in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah. So we got to sort of opening the shop. So opened in August 2020.
August 2020. That was just
5 years ago yesterday, technically.
Yeah, crazy.
just before. Yeah, it was a funny time. So we opened. It kind of, when you look back at this, it kind of almost just feels like everything just happened, like it just sprung up. But I think me and JoJo kind of, aside from radio, put our heads together, and I think it's quite clear that JoJo's got a very kind of strong love for music. I do too, but I think I studied fine art. I kind of come from an art practice, and I kind of, when I was at uni, I was feeling like the art world that I knew was very kind of isolating. It was like, if you're an artist, it kind of felt like these communities were very competitive.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and I feel like when we got hold of this space, so we wanted it to be kind of a melting point of art and music, and I wanted this feeling that I've always felt in a club or like hearing people play, where DJing and music feels so like everything's in conversation, like
And like we're all bringing each other up.
yeah,
It's not a
everyone,
competition.
yeah, for sure. And I think kind of that's where my head was at when we opened the space. I had no idea what was to come, to be honest. Like, I kind of didn't think this small shop could bring so many things, but it did.
Yeah.
And we kind of, when we first started, it was like scraping things together. We bought a record collection, which was probably to this date my favourite one we've bought,
Yeah.
from Beatrice Dillon, who is just quite an amazing artist.
Yeah.
So we had this record collection that was like the kind of skeleton. I do the book buying and was doing the merch, and kind of reached out to Will from Will Bankhead Trilogy Tapes, because I kind of grown up with him in my distant, I don't know, he it's a very long story, but he basically used to work with my mum at Moax back in the day. So I kind of always had this music world that was like there. It was always present, but I don't think I'd really touched it. But anyway, so we had a mix of T-shirts, books, records, and like that was where it still is. But like it felt, it at that time kind of felt very bare bones.
The shop was empty.
The shop was, we probably had about 8 books on the middle
Yeah.
table.
I think like if you look back at the videos from the like very
Oh my
first
God.
streams, like it looks completely different. Also before we had, you know, this fancy looking DJ booth, and it was
Yeah.
just that little like clanky thing which
was,
holds
it was
CDJs.
literally a replica of what was in
JoJo's
my bedroom.
bedroom,
We literally
yeah.
just took everything from my bedroom.
Yeah, and
I feel like we were like
everything-
borrowing. I feel like we had Noah's turntable for the first few months.
I think we had got,
Like one was yours and one was Noah's.
yeah, so I bought, just before we opened the shop, which is how we came across Beatrice Dillon's record collection, is that I bought some turntables off her. And when I went round to her, she had this record collection that she was selling.
oh,
So kind of they both happened at the same time, really.
JoJo came home and was like, "Oh my God, I've just been to this, like, I've just seen this amazing collection, and I bought like a few records." And I feel like I remember being like, "Can't we just buy the whole thing?" Like,
Yeah.
we didn't have the money, and to be honest, it's still the case now. Like, we never have the money, but we always seem to make it work. But
Yeah,
so
I
we
think
bought the whole collection, borrowed
Yeah.
some money.
it was like, I was like, oh, we can't buy it. You know, she said someone was coming the next day. And it'd been a few days. And I was like, oh, I should just text her and like double check
Text her,
that
text her.
someone that it had been collected. And she was like, oh, the buyer actually bailed. Do you want to come round and pick it up? And I had no idea how you buy a record collection. I kind of just, you know,
I feel like that's
came
the
up with a
thing.
price.
Everything just like kind of fell into place, really.
Yeah.
We had a few zines from people at the Slade to begin with.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Yeah, it was a nice way to sort of get in with people
Yeah.
who just were making things and wanted to find a way to like distribute it and just show it to people rather than it just, you know.
But I think we had to prove ourselves. I think that was at the beginning. We were asking people to play on radio who we hadn't met. These kind of icons of ours that were like very much big part of the London scene, and we were messaging them and they weren't replying, and we were like, okay, cool. I guess this is going to have to be a thing kind of through word of mouth and organically grow. And to be honest, that's the best thing that happened, because it means that people, we never really pushed the shop as much, to a lot of our parents' annoyance. We never pushed it on social media or through the website. We always kind of naturally let it kind of sink in. And that meant that when people came, it was almost word of mouth. So I think people kind of naturally felt like they were part of something because they discovered the space.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how the shop opened. The first, let's play Louis.
Let's play a voice note from Mr. Redley,
Redley.
because
Yeah.
Mr. Redley played on the very first radio stream.
We should read out the first.
Yeah,
the
let's
first lineup.
read out.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I'll play Mr. Redley's voice note from us, and then afterwards we'll tell you who was playing on the very first day.
Can't quite believe we've made it to 5 years, to be honest with you.
No.
That actually
Wrong Louis.
isn't. That's the wrong
Wrong
Louis.
Louis.
Wait, let me find Mr. Redley. 1 second.
Hello. It's me, Mr. Redley. Just a quick one to say happy birthday to the Kindred family. A couple memories for you from over the years. Obviously, the first one being closing out the opening broadcast. 5 years ago now. Geez, it seems like a lifetime ago. Absolutely wicked times there, and for you supporting me over the years. It's been great to have played on the Kindred Airways. Another amazing memory was kind of in the middle of lockdown when we went to Latitude Festival and took over the dance music stage and playing in a tent of over 2,000 people. You know, after being locked up for a year or so. You know, that's a big highlight. And just every single time pulling up to Kindred, seeing the smiling faces of JoJo and Scar. So yeah, lots of love. Peace.
We found the list of everyone who played on that very first radio stream. JoJo, do you want to read?
Yeah. So, me, of course, first set, bit greedy. Me, Jake Walker, Slump Sounds. Good shout out to Slump Sounds. They're playing today, and I think I met Archie from Slump Sounds. We never had ever met. We met on Facebook for a lo-fi house Facebook group. I ended up asking them to play, and I'd asked them to play, and then they replied, "Is this a residency?" And I was like, yeah, sure. And yeah, they've been playing for the last 5 years now. Your mic's off, Scott.
They basically like gave themselves a residency in like the best way ever.
We never, yeah.
They're the only Kindred resident, basically. Anyway, who else?
Then we had Mandy, who played the whole hour was Martin Booty Spoon songs, so I'm going to play one of those in a sec, because at that time I was also loving Martin Booty Spoon. And then
it was DJ Persuasion. I'd written down Semtech, but he actually decided to do a DJ Persuasion set. So it's kind of full circle from the first night to the first day of radio. Everyone knows it's him now. Don't worry.
And then Mr. Redley closing it off. But yeah, I'm going to play Martin Booty Spoon song now that Mandy played during that very first radio stream.
Put some joy upon my face. You could 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 put some joy upon my
Okay, we're going to play a voice note from Louis next. Louis Nelson.
Can't quite believe we've made it to 5 years, to be honest with you. I remember when we first started, it was where everyone was wearing COVID masks and we were using borrowed GoPros that we stuck to the ceiling with tape, and now we're throwing street parties where 500 people show up. Creating the best memories with my best friends, and here's to 5 more years.
Love you, Louis. I know her.
Yeah, shout out Louis. I know.
I know her.
Yeah, so Louis mentioned sort of face masks and COVID, and yeah, the shop opened and then sort of lockdown. Well, lockdown was sort of already.
No.
It was already
We
locked
opened
down when we started
before.
building it. When we started building the shop.
I think we had locked down, then we'd come out of lockdown.
Yeah.
We had 2 coming in, coming out, and then the rule of 6, and then the rule where people could be outside, and that was fine.
Or they had to have like some food with them.
Yeah, Mike's on.
Oh.
So, yeah, we were building it in the first lockdown. Had enough time to like kind of fabricate pieces of the shop, and then I think it was when restrictions were lifted, where like you could go to the pub and stuff, is when we first opened, which was August 4th. But it was still a masks on situation for how long? Like 2 years?
Mask off.
Can't remember how many years. It's like but yeah, for a while. And it was just a really nice moment where, you know, clubs were closed, so many things were closed, but we were allowed to do this, and we were allowed to like gather in this space. And I think
actually no, we had only. I remember during that time writing something on the window. It was like only 3 people in the shop at a time.
Yeah, I actually remember that. Yeah.
So it was out. Yeah, everyone was just outside.
But yeah, people were outside, and then eventually, as sort of the restrictions became like less intense, I think that summer, you know, it was a really nice place for us to gather when we weren't really allowed to gather anywhere else. And
yeah, it was. Yeah, it felt like, I mean, no one could really do anything apart from go to the pub. So it's quite nice to just like stand outside the shop, you know, meet new friends, chat to like-minded people, listen to tunes. People would come on their own. I mean, I think we'll hear that in a few of the later voice notes. But yeah, it was just like a great place for people to meet when you couldn't really do anything.
Going to play another voice note now from Paige and Bailey.
Paley.
Hi, Paige here.
I'm Bailey, and happy 5 years of Kindred. Woo!
Yeah, we wanted to say happy 5 years of Kindred and share our favourite moments, which for me would be during lockdown when we had nowhere else to sort of go, and that was the best place we could listen to music and be a part of a really special community at the shop.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely agree. Meeting you guys and the Kindred team and family during lockdown was very special and important for both of us. And obviously getting to spend those 2 years with you guys at Latitude as well, which was a highlight of our years.
We love you, Kindred!
Love you!
Yeah, we're going to get later into some stories about festivals and the sort of trips away from home that Kindred's done.
But yeah, shout out Paige and Bailey. I mean, I think that's like an example of, you know, lifelong friends we've made just from interacting in this space. Yeah, let's go to Benji's voice note.
Hi, I'm Benji. I record under all manner of names. Don't even worry about it. But I've always been honoured to be a small part of the Kindred family, and there are a number of different memories that come to mind. But my favourite one was when James Lavelle played, and I was sat downstairs. I always used to like hanging downstairs during Kindred because the downstairs the basement that is, has a really nice, cool vibe during the summer. And I was sat downstairs, and then, you know, James Lavelle kind of walked down, and I think he'd requested a bottle of champagne on his rider. So he got a glass out, poured himself some champagne, could see that I was eyeing the champagne as well, so he poured me a glass, and then we sat there and reminisced about the nights that I'd been to of his back in the day, which were some of the first nights that I ever went to. And what was lovely about it was that geographically we were so near to those spots where those nights took place. And yeah, that's one of my favourite things about Kindred, is where it is in relation to, you know, the birth of this movement and this music. Big up Kindred, big up JOJO, big up Ska every time.
Hello.
Can I quickly say,
Yeah.
we don't give riders if you DJ on Kindred. That was a one-off.
That was only for
Don't
James
expect
Deval.
anything.
Expect the least. Actually,
We'll
I
give
don't
you
know.
some beers.
I've made people Negronis.
Yeah,
We've
actually,
got
that's
wine.
so not
I
true.
think that's
Okay,
not true.
We
No,
don't
but
do like
we're
a
You don't. I do.
No, not rider requests.
Oh yeah.
If
Yeah,
we,
but
we'll buy
there's-
you some we'll buy you a beer if we're going shop. We've got beers in the fridge.
There's
Scar will
always
make
been
you
in
a
the
drink.
fridge. We offer them like prosecco. There's like cake. There's
But
crisps.
not on order.
but not on order.
No requests.
Yeah, you get what we have.
Yeah.
I just want to say with that, like, again, being everything being an extension of something, like James Lavelle playing, sorry, is that loud? I can't work it out. Oh, James Lavelle playing basically was through my mum, who's an old friend of hers, and yeah, I think on that point, just shout out both my parents and JoJo's parents for being, and actually Louis Ann knows as well, for being kind of very strong, like, I don't know, very supportive, but also like not taking any shit, making us keep doing better, basically. So thank you. I want to play, can I play this now? I want to play this song because it was in the first record collection we bought, and I remember pricing up records and just listening to this on repeat, I think probably annoyed JoJo so much, but it's one of those songs that really reminds me of that point. So
Speaking of pricing up records,
Sam Abdullah.
he spent I think it was a couple of nights where us three sat around the table and we used one of those Dymo price guns, which was so stupid.
It didn't work.
Yeah, well, I probably spent about £100 on replacing broken ones. And to be honest, none of us really knew how to price up records.
Everyone probably got bargains of their lives.
We sat around in a circle and tried to make a conveyor belt of cleaning records, sleeving them, pricing them. And me and Sam and Scar spent a couple of nights getting through this like 1,000+ record collection. So thank you.
And
to
this
Sam.
was one of them from
This
it.
is one of them.
So
Gonna play it
enjoy.
now.
Pretty baby, dry your eyes, don't you know it can't be that bad? How it hurts me, pretty baby, when I see you sitting there so sad. Don't need to worry about tomorrow, and yesterday is gone. So raise the chin up, girl, and we will work our problems out one by one. Hold me tight, don't let go. Turn me loose, never no. We'll stand our problems all in a row. Watch them fall like dominoes. Falling like dominoes. Oh, pretty baby, dry your eyes, don't you know it can't be that bad? Oh, how it hurts me, pretty baby, when I see you sitting there so sad. One day we'll laugh and sing and say that everything's alright. So let's not worry about tomorrow while we got each other here tonight. Hold me tight, don't let go. Turn me loose, never no. We'll stand our problems all in a row. Watch them fall like dominoes. Falling like dominoes. pretty baby, dry your eyes, don't you know it can't be that bad? How it hurts me, pretty baby, when I see you sitting there so sad. Don't need to worry about tomorrow, and yesterday is gone. So raise the chin up, girl, and we will work our problems out one by one. Hold me tight, don't let go. Turn me loose, never no, no, no. We'll stand our problems all in a row. Watch them fall like dominoes, falling like dominoes. Dominoes. Oh, pretty baby, dry your eyes, don't you know it can't be that bad? Oh, how it hurts me, pretty baby, when I see you sitting there so sad. One day we'll laugh and sing and say that everything's alright. So let's not worry about tomorrow while we got each other here tonight. Hold me tight, don't let go. Turn me loose, never no, no, no. We'll stand our problems all in a row. Watch them fall like dominoes, falling like dominoes. Dominoes. Falling like dominoes, dominoes.
Okay, we're gonna play a voice note from Miel. Yeah.
Hey, it's Miel, and I just wanted to say a quick happy birthday to Kindred. You lot really created a space that feels like home and just has this energy of like warmth and also fun. Like, I never don't have a good time when I'm with Kindred. We've had so many crazy different memories, like whether it's been playing at festivals or parties or even just on radio, like the vibes have always been immaculate and you guys have always shown up for me as an artist, but I know you do for so many others as well. So yeah, it means a lot to see you guys reach 5, and I'm so excited to see what you do in the next 5 years, because you're high achievers, high key, like overachievers. So yeah, happy birthday. I love you very much, and I feel very proud to have been a part of your journey up until now. And here's to many more. Okay, cute. Ciao. Bye.
I just want to say, like, shout out Melissa, just for being like present, really, and like kind of wanting to play with us, and also she's just a amazing DJ. So shout out Melissa. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna play one of my favorite records that I bought, well, got through the shop. I found this. I don't know which collection it came through, but I found it and I was like, this is just amazing. So yeah. we're going to start speaking about some of the parties at Ormside. So, yeah, after we did Grow parties before the shop opened, and then Grow shut down. So goodbye, Grow.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. And then, yeah, I mean, we did a party at Club That Fits, and then I don't know, maybe Unit 58, and then I think we started doing them at Ormside Project.
I think maybe it was 2 at the Glove That Fits. There was the Changsey and the Perco one.
Yeah.
And then there was
the
One Man and Walton. Yeah. And then Ormside.
And then Ormside.
Ormside.
Our first night at Ormside was...
It felt very special. It was...
Oh my god, the first night was my favourite night.
Yeah, I think all of us agree that it was one of our best parties.
Well, probably one of the best parties
ever.
Yeah, we've ever put on, and it just felt like we're coming together with a lot of people. If you look at the lineup,
it was Alicia warming up, I think, and then it was George and Jazz back to back.
They'd never gone back to back before as well, and Jazz now DJs as Softy. So. And
then John Kay, and then Sam and Florist closing.
Yeah.
You know what? Sorry, go on then.
Yeah, the Sam and Florist thing's super nice because Sam's like another person we met through this shop. What? He actually came during COVID when we were just doing pre-records and we were doing click and collects for the shop. And yeah, it's just another person we've met through the space. And he's a really good friend with Florist from when they used to live in Glasgow together. So he kind of joined the dots with Florist, introduced him to us, and they played an amazing closing set. And Sky, you can talk about how we met John Kay. How did we meet John Kay?
I loved that party because it felt like every set was just like so different from the previous one.
Yeah, but it gelled so well.
But it wasn't any problem. It was like, it was perfect, and the crowd was just like so receptive, and everyone was just like excited to hear like what each DJ wanted to play for their sets.
It felt really special at the end of the night. You know, the club was still full to the brim, and I felt like you don't always get that where there's people all the way back to the curtain where there used to be a curtain at the back of the venue.
I was gonna say that it's probably one of those, for me, moments of like when everything clicked, and I was like, oh wait, like this is kind of like, it sounds so cliche, but like this is kind of what music can do. I remember looking around the room and like looking at all the faces that were in that room,
especially when like the lights came up at the end for the last song, and
just feeling like, oh my god, like I'm living in London, I know most of the people here, like this is it. I remember just being like so happy that like everything had kind of come together. And also closing on probably one of the best songs ever, Davina. And that was Don't You Know It? And that was Don't You Want It? And that was Sam Murray, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
By the way, this is a recording straight from the night, so you can hear some crowd noises in the background maybe. Dusty Needles.
While this one plays out, I just want to say one of the special things about Ormsides is Mike. I think like he's really made like the perfect venue in London, and I think his presence always being there makes such a big difference. And you know, us first meeting through the shop and then him being introduced to the space. I mean, just me looking at his work ethic around it has been like really inspirational, and like what he's built and how long it's lasted for. How long has that been around for? 10 years?
I think it's
Or
10
5?
years.
I don't know.
Maybe more.
He even taught us how to hang our KRKs from the ceiling. I think it was the first or second time we got him to play radio. He did a drawing on the back of my notebook on how I could get the decks, how I could get the speakers to hang from the ceiling when I was talking through my ideas of hanging CDJs, thinking it was a good idea. Because this is actually inspired by Ormsides. The way they have the deck set up with 2 CDJs and the mixer being raised as well. I basically nabbed that idea straight from Ormside, but hung it from the ceiling. We'll let the rest play out.
Don't you want it?
Don't you want it? Don't you want it? Don't you want it? Do me in broad daylight. Work me till I see the sunshine. I feel it in my bones. Can't stop me, baby. I'm not about to care.
Also, not just Mike, but also everyone that works at Onside. I think that's another thing with like, you turn up and most of the time you know the security guards, you probably recognise who's working on the door, and I think like that presence through the whole space is like what makes it my favourite club in London for sure.
Look, let's break this down. I want you to take your time and show me the real. No, I mean the real you. Let's concentrate on us. Don't think about anything else.
but then it's me. We're gonna oh no, we're gonna fast forward to the end of the song so you get an idea of the energy that was in the room. Jake's currently gonna. Also, it's quite an It's not embarrassing. It's sweet. We're gonna play it.
Lots of screaming and shouting and big up this person and big up that person.
Big them up, big them up.
Yeah. We're going to go straight on to a voice note from Leo.
Leo.
My favourite memory of Kindred is actually all my memories every time I've spent there over the past few years since moving out to London. Kindred was a place that I used to look at from up north and watch the streams and think about and think, you know, when I move down, I'll come meet these people and I'll get to go and be able to play. And I've been lucky enough to go down every time and be, you know, welcomed into this new group of like-minded people and meet so many nice, lovely people who are into the same things as me. And I've been welcomed into that community and been able to play and hang with JOJO, Scarlett, and, you know, see this beautiful thing they've really put a lot of effort into. And it's been nice to be part of that from, you know, participating and DJing and just coming down and meeting lots of new friends that I maybe didn't have before. And it was the first place where I came down and I didn't really have too many friends apart from the people I already knew down here. And Kindred was that outlet for me on a Tuesday, every Tuesday, to come down, have a few beers, listen to some music, and just get to know people. And it's been fantastic. So big ups, 5 years of Kindred. Thank you so much. And yeah, love you. Also, big up JOJO and Scarlett for being the soundest motherfuckers about and giving me these opportunities. Big up every time. So much time for them and so much time for everyone at Kindred.
Yeah, lots of love to Leo. I think meeting Leo kind of made me realize that, oh fuck, what we've created isn't just and it's like kind of traveled. And yeah, just like made us realize the kind of potential that we had here and like I guess the power of fucking hell, we got Greg's, we got water bottles. This is so loud. The power of like kind of I've forgotten my thought now. How like things can travel through video and streaming, and how in the moment you think that what you're doing is so kind of, well, you're so in the moment here. It's like this is just this small shop that attracts these people. But I think when people come from outside of London, or even now we're getting people come in from all over the world who want
it's so
to
nice,
play.
you know, working, you know, big in the shop on, you know, weekends and whatever, and the amount of people coming from overseas who, you know, are in London for a week or the weekends, like, who, you know, from America, New Zealand, Australia, like, I mean, actually really all parts of the world, people are, like, coming to see the shop, which is really lovely.
Yeah, I had someone that lives in like the middle of the desert in Texas come in the other day and was like, I watch all your streams, like it's so amazing to come to the space. And I was literally like, wait, what? But yeah, I think meeting people that kind of aren't within our reach, and now everything feels so shared. So yeah, let's play Hannah's.
We're going to play, voice note from Hannah.
I think Kindred means a lot to me because that's where I met a lot of my friends in the music scene in London, especially after moving back to the UK from Singapore. If not for Kindred, I probably wouldn't have like 70% of the friends I have now.
Going to play another voice note from Kim.
Kindred is community. Kindred is music. Kindred is design. Kindred is love. Kindred is special. You know, you feel all of these elements when you're in the physical space and also online. Kindred provide a third space for a community to exist in through the love of music, through the love of books, records, clothes. Kindred has provided a platform for a lot of DJs and musicians to share what they love and what they enjoy. Kindred is a very special place for a lot of people, not only people in the UK, but people across the world. You know, to be able to translate these elements listed through video is very special, and it's something that is classic to Kindred. Yeah, shout out Kindred.
Yeah, basically that's everything I was trying to say, but way more nicely spoken. Yeah, love to Kim. They've actually got the next release on my label, so watch this space. I think we're going to play another song now. JOJO wants to play.
Yeah, something else linked to that first Dormside night. This one's Aki, Call Me Rambo. John Kay played this, and I remember, it was just such a good moment. I remember dancing with John and Ben, who were playing later today. And I just think it's a really important song, and that really sticks in my head throughout that Ormside period. Let's go. Oh, fuck.
We're not sent by FBI or the KGB. Ramming dancehall is the priority. When mission complete, that's when we feel irate. We will sit down and smoke off an ounce of Cali. Now you know what they call ragamuffin Rambo. Now you know what they call ragamuffin Rambo. We born and we go down in the ghetto. True survival is all that we know. On a tough boot, enough time we buck with up. Got a foreign land and when we start up the show. Now you know what they call ragamuffin Rambo. Hey, now you know what they call ragamuffin Rambo. Ragamuffin in rude, ragamuffin in tough. Once a piece up and gone, one of us a craft. We not have time for ram, we not have time for bluff. You will feel pain and you will feel pain now. Now you know what they call ragamuffin Rambo. Hey, now you know what they call ragamuffin Rambo. Yeah, we together make a very good team. Walking out the dance with we submachine. Fire enough shots and make the girls them scream. But yes, we are the men of your dream. On me body there's no fat, it is strictly lean. And we rough front up and down any road marine. Now you know what they call ragamuffin Rambo. Hey, now you know what they call ragamuffin Rambo.
Now, this isn't necessarily a happy memory, but I think it's probably my favourite because of how bizarre it is. And that was on the day of the Skrillex radio, and people are starting to turn up. It's early. I get chatting, and I notice that by the front door there's a dog poo. So I think, what do? Do I try and clean this up myself? Do I take some initiative, or do I waste JoJo and Scarlett's time? So I think, okay, I'll go and get a Crack magazine and put it over the top. And I'm just walking into the shop, and someone cuts me off, and I go, duh! But it's too late. They've stepped in the dog poo. And from then, time moves in slow motion. I kind of work my way up the leg, and it's this full tracksuit, and I get to the head, and it's just Flow down, staring me down. And he looked at me like it was me who did the poo. And I think I've lived that moment in my head a million times.
I don't know what to
What,
say to
what a
that.
story.
That's like, I really wasn't expecting that to be John's thingy, but
Yeah, it's
it
quite
was a good one.
Yeah, having to flow down death stare you for the rest of the evening because you didn't stop them stepping in poo.
Claim to fame.
But that Skrillex event was super special.
Shout out Sakari on that because she's the one that made it happen.
Yeah, I think she suggested it to.
She linked
SkrilleX's
the dot.
team. Yeah, she hooked us up, and yeah, I got a call from a unknown number. I think the Friday before, and I was trying to waste time at work, so I thought I'd answer an unknown number. And someone was like, "Hey, this is Skrillex's manager." And it felt pretty. I don't know. I didn't quite believe it. And it ended up not ever even being confirmed until Sunday night, Monday morning. And it was one of those things, yeah, it literally all fell into place. The right people turned up. I think once that video was out, it actually had a massive impact on us as a station. I think it helped us helped our visibility globally.
We sold a lot of that smiley face t-shirt for sure.
Yeah, the t-shirt, Skrillex sold up, we sold out like straight away.
So thank you. And also thanks for we got given some white KLKs, which became a bit of a staple for a bit. But now we're
Sponsored
by Funktion-One. So
shout out Funktion-One. But yeah, that night was like, the KLK were already on their last legs. When it got too hot, you couldn't really hear anything out of them. And then I think Skrillex killed them that day. And he was like, yeah, I'm sponsored by KLK. I can sort you a new one. And it's one of those things where you think someone's going to say it and it never gets sorted.
I think I'd said it to him about, like, we went afterwards to the event that they were playing, and I think
went onto Fire and Lightbox.
And I think I literally said to him, like, probably about 10 times, like, remember the speakers, please remember the speakers, to the point where he was probably like, oh my god, they're so desperate. But no, they gifted them. Should we play
Lewis's voice note?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Lewis.
Hi guys, it's Lewis here. I'd say like my favourite memories are probably from those first few Tuesdays you did the radio. It was a lot of the same people and it became like a family. We'd all enjoy the radio and then we'll have like a lock-in with good tunes and tinnies from the corner shop. And that was a time that I'm so grateful for because it solidified so many friendships with a lot of people. And even now, like, it's such a welcoming space. Whether you go like every week, month, or just a few times a year, it's like you never left, and that energy and community is still there, and it's just so welcoming. Like, I'd say another big memory for me is doing the exhibition last year was like a dream come true. Working with Scarlett and JoJo was such a pleasure, and their commitment and support to emerging talent is just unrivaled. Like now, seeing the space from the radio, from the live radio every week with all the pieces we commissioned in use is like the biggest pleasure, and that whole process will stay with me for life as one of my fondest memories. Like Kindred is more than just music, it's everything. It's community, it's family, and it's inspiration and motivation to get out and do your own thing. So this is only the beginning of something really special. So yeah, happy birthday.
shout out to Lewis, who's also one of those people that is like, doesn't see anything as a barrier. He's got a very amazing mind, and he made something really special happen in this space that kind of was probably one of the biggest projects we've done. And so when you come to the space now, you can see the objects of everyone that was involved, and yeah, it really kind of elevated the space for sure.
Definitely. It was like all completely new sort of furniture and objects and design things. Do you want to list what they were?
JOJO?
Got the new table for the books over here.
We got Alex Hatch, who also DJs, makes objects. We found out about him originally through Affix and Tarot and just rate his stuff. So it's an absolute pleasure to have a table of his in the space.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
we
this table. Oh, Jojo's going to read them.
Display table, the street bin, the outdoor bench, the shop stool, all the record dividers, our desk, incense holders, David Chen's listening station, book stands, record weights, display shelves, record shelves, bookends, t-shirt hangers made by Lewis, record crates, the A-boards, sticker tray, coat hooks, ashtray, vase, stool, coat stand. Fucking hell. Great content to listen to. But we had all these amazing young designers come and take over the space and build stuff within quite a tight brief, and everyone did an amazing job. It was a really special couple of weeks where we exhibited the work. Is this Big Ben on this song?
Scar's going to play a 7-inch from the shop. It's actually hers. Yeah, but it's hers, but it came through the shop, is what I mean. We have so many 7-inches here, and I feel like people maybe forget that we have them, and there's some really amazing music. So I do recommend that everyone comes and digs through all of the 7-inches that we have.
For some sentimental reason, you want to tear relationship apart. But remember, no time at all, fell around can not laugh. I'm a body, I must cross, man. Aight? Woman, you want the beat of me heart. We know woman, frog around, snarl laugh. Woman, no make them laugh off of you. Jump around, cause you know, kono mono. Woman, in a the black and white. Tell God me have to get you tonight. Woman, with the sexy figure. Me love your body more than me dinner. Woman. Woman, I can hardly express. Look for your face and your tenderness. Woman, me know say you are the best. In the north, south, east and west. Woman, me love you no Falcon Crest. No mention Dallas nor the race. Just my imagination. Just my imagination. Hear me know. Woman, me have a intention. Fi get strong like the one King Kong. Woman, no for the plantation. The one where me have round and Portland. Woman, look how your body looks strong. You are the backbone of the nation. Woman, look at your beautiful face. And your body I give them and them headache. Woman, a long time them a wait. Fi piece of action and a slice of the cake. Woman, no get topsy-turvy. No make no man trick you over money. Woman, tell them you do hungry. But you fi boast up by your mate. Woman, cause you no slack it tidy. You clean out your house daily. Woman, just give them a bag of style. I make them know them can't knock your body. Woman, me love you straight to the max. Put on me hat and me put on me socks. Woman, no me not dress back. Ready, me launch and attack. Woman, me put on me thinking cap. Me want the woman if she slim or she fat. Woman, you want no dead stock. Jump around cause your body look hot.
Gonna play some more voice notes now. Voice note from Jay Duncan.
cool. I'm just gonna like freehand this one. Because there's loads of memories, and you know I love playing regularly, and I think whenever I'm playing, I tell Sadie and I'm like, let's go to Kindred, and she's so excited. And we obviously love tunes, but we also love chatting to JoJo and Scar a lot, and it always like brings our mood up a lot. So we always meet really nice people and find some really good records and just like chat shit. And you know, sometimes on a Thursday you just need to go out the house and just chat shit. And whatever mood that we are in, Kindred is a space for us to chat shit and listen to tunes. So that is like number one. I was also going to mention the time when we were like bragging about making shepherd's pie, and we were like, yeah, we're going to go home and make shepherd's pie now. And everyone was like, oh, gel. And we were like, yeah, we'll send pics. But I'm not sure if that counts as like a Kindred memory. I think it is a Kindred memory, but you know, it's like a shepherd's pie memory.
Sorry, one sec. That's a red card for Jay for saying meeting up on a Thursday. We've only ever done Tuesdays.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday. At Kindred Radio on Mount Pleasant. We're going to play a voice note straight away from Sadie.
Hi, I'm Angel Delight. And my favourite Kindred memories are just waking up in the morning, bagging some sugar and chocolate, popping down to Kindred, having a dig, having a chin wag, and just chilling there all day long. I guess you could also add my favourite thing about Kindred is, as much as I love playing, I also love soaking up the vibes and soaking up the tunes. And every time I'm there, I always hear someone who I've never heard play before, and it's fucking amazing. And I love discovering people like that, as well as having a dick and having a fab day with like really lovely people all the time.
The CDJ was sped up at the beginning a little bit, so it made Sadie's voice go a lot quicker than it normally is. But yeah. Okay, so I think we're gonna move on to speaking about Kindred trips away from home, because there's been quite a lot of outings over the past 5 years.
School trips.
Did Field Maneuvers Festival twice, which is really fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
The first year we did, was it me, Scar, and Alicia warmed up? Carry on.
No, sorry, I was speaking out loud. I was saying I really want to play Field Maneuvers again. Please shout out Field Maneuvers, the ambient tent, please.
When is
Thank
it?
you.
Next week?
Yeah.
Next week, yeah.
Make it happen, guys. The first set was me, Scar, and Alicia, I think. And we played like a 3-hour
and then
warm-up set.
everyone was sat down, and then at the end everyone was dancing.
Yeah. And then second year was me warming up, and then Wheelman, and then Melissa closing, which was great. Yeah,
Good
it's
lineup.
really fun weekend. But yeah, there's been loads of things. There's We Out Here, done that. How many years? 3 years? 2 years?
They've tried to get us 3 years.
Oh.
We did it once and it was shit.
Oh.
Shout out, we're out here, guys.
Shout out,
Get
We
us on a
Out
good
Here.
stage next time.
I think for me, one of the most special things was at the beginning of this year, February, me and JoJo went to Tokyo, and this kind of probably wouldn't have been made possible without Daigo, who we met in London when he moved here for a year, and he's from Tokyo. He actually released his last album was on Teeth, JoJo's label, which is a really, really beautiful album. But yeah, we went to Tokyo and we did a fucking stream there, which was like pretty amazing, I have to say.
It was so much better than we could have ever imagined. You know, we thought we were lucky enough. Everyone was so hospitable.
Shout out Taro.
Shout out Taro. And it was all built kind of out of favours. Like, we got the space in a favour. I think Daigo met the guys who had the sound system in like an izakaya, and they said they would bring this massive like Adam Audio sound system.
It was amazing.
You know, it just felt super nice. Everyone was super up for it, but you know how radio is in London sometimes. You never know how many people are going to turn up to the shop, and I mean, we're on the other side of the world, and I mean, it was fucking rammed to the door. It was insane, the reception we had. It was super, super special.
People were coming over to us wearing like Kindred t-shirts that they'd shipped over from London, which was like insane.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
It was definitely a pinch me moment. And then we went and did I got booked to play in Taiwan, and so did JoJo. And we went and did the same there and met some really amazing people. Again, that's just like the power of radio, like being able to travel for these things within the UK, but across the world was like so special, and we're so grateful to have done that. And the last thing we did was we went to Manchester to Mob, and it's the Mob 6 or Mo 6 Bob B. But yeah, Lister, MO6B, and Lister and Kim made that happen, and it was really, again, just one of those things where you're like, I'm so lucky to be surrounded by all these people that are actually just fucking good. Like, they're all fucking good at what they're doing, and also it was kind of easy. We can put the whole setup in a tote bag, we found out, so that's good.
That's what we learned trying to take everything all the way to the other side, to Japan, is that we managed to fit our camera and setup into the smallest thing possible and just try and make it work. I mean, in Taiwan, we had our camera stacked on 5 beer crates. So it's all possible.
That was very like Taiwan style, I feel like, compared to Tokyo, where we had like this like really beautiful like C-stand that was also perfect. And then when we got to Taiwan, it was like, right, these crates will do. So yeah.
Gonna play a voice note from Big Hands.
Andrea. Yeah.
Hi, this is Big Hands. Big love to JoJo and Scar and all the Kindred family. I was thinking about one big memory. Obviously, we've been to Tokyo together. We've done, I played with you and for you many times. But do you know what? I was thinking the best memory I have is just coming every Tuesday after work, stopping there, telling to Scar all my love, horrible adventures, and plot the conquer of the universe with you, JoJo. So big love to both of you. Ciao.
Got another one from George next.
George Neo, where's D?
One of the warmest memories I have of Kindred is when Flo and I pit stopped there on our way from We Out Here to Howson Festival in 2023. The whole journey is about the width of the UK, and after DJing there on the Thursday and, being pretty rattled on the Friday morning, it would have just been a crazy journey to do all in one. It felt pretty daunting, but JoJo and Scarlett were so kind in giving us a set of keys and saying we were welcome to open up shop, use the downstairs to freshen up and get some food in and just have a little recoup in the shop and begin the next leg of our journey. It made it seem a lot more of an achievable thing and a lot less daunting. I think the reason why it's one of my favourite memories, despite not being a stream, is that it really made me feel really connected to the space and in a different way to DJing on there. And I think it really was a testament to that spirit of community and love that everyone to do with Kindred has poured into it, that we were able to connect with the space in that way and have that memory attached to it.
Getting through lots of voice notes now. Now we've got one from Nancy June.
Kindred has always been a favourite place of mine to come and play. It was one of the first platforms I'd put mixes out on when I was first starting to take things seriously, and I've been so grateful for their support along the way. It's been so nice to keep returning for mixes and seeing their growth. My favourite memories have been going to Leeds Festival with Kindred a good few years back now. It was my first ever festival booking, and I was playing alongside Bluetooth and Papa Nugs. And I just remember feeling so good after having played my first festival. And also, recently, I played with both the Kindred and the Hardline crew in Ormside projects. Such a good club, and it was such family vibes as it always is. And yeah, happy birthday, Kindred.
Playing a record from the shop.
This is a little message from Knox. Big up, Rebecca.
Kindred to me represents family, for music lovers, community, culture. Yeah, happy birthday, Kindred. Big ups. Happy 5th birthday. Mwah.
And Mr. Joe Cosworth from Hardline.
DJ Cosworth, and what I love about Kindred is it's that shop, the shop you go hang out in, look through some books, buy some records, buy some gums, and just hang out, chat shit, chat music, and just enjoy yourself. It's one of the last places that I think exists in a space where we need more spaces like this.
And Jem, who's actually playing in a couple hours.
I think my favourite memory from Kindred is turning up and always feeling welcome to play what I want. You know, feeling at home there, feeling like, you know, I can play what I want without judgment, whether it's dancehall or whatever it is, you know. But most importantly, I think meeting and making friends along the way as part of the community, which has been so special, and always coming back to the shop and it feeling like coming home.
Hey, it's Mia.
I was going to speak before I played that, but I started playing it. We got Mel's voice message next.
Hey, it's Miel, and my favorite Kindred memory was probably at the party at Bar in like 2022, where I did that back-to-back closing with Noah, and that was just insane. I literally still have like vivid memories of people just like screaming at us, like falling into the booth. Just the energy was crazy, and then like somehow after that party, I managed to recruit about 5 people in their own taxi to come with me to another show. I thought that was like peak London circuit DJ energy. But yeah, you left people wanting more, and I was like, I know where to take you guys. But yeah, that's probably my favorite Kindred memory, alongside literally last Saturday, because what the hell was that? Yeah, street party. When did we even see a street party in London? And the way people turned out and showed up for you, honestly, I was like a proud mom. I was so gassed. The energy was immaculate. Yeah, I'd say those are those. But anyway, happy birthday. I love you so much. Well done, and I can't wait to see what you do in the next few years. Cute. Ciao. Bye.
Mel mentioned her back-to-back with Noah at Bar, and that's playing later this evening. Yeah, it's going up online today.
Yeah, it's 11 till midnight.
11
tonight.
till midnight. That's also, I meant to say it earlier when we were speaking about favourite parties, but that was definitely one of my favourite parties as well, because that set was crazy.
Yeah, it was such a good night. It's our second birthday, and yeah, it felt really special.
While we're here, we just need to mention the street party that happened on Saturday, which was probably to mark 5 years, and I think we marked it pretty good. It was like, when it first started, I was like, oh my god, no one's gonna come. Like, it's like it's like throwing a birthday party that no one turns up to. It's so scary. But like, fast forward to the end, I don't know how many people were there. I reckon like, how many people? 500? Yeah. 800.
800.
Yeah. We need to count. We need someone to count like every.
We need
head in
AI.
the video. Yeah.
No.
AI, help us.
But yeah, probably the most stressed I've been in a while. But it was, looking back, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for everyone that came, and thank you to everyone that played, and also to Polydub for bringing their sound system, which was really nice. That was good.
Great. Thanks for the neighbours for only a small amount of complaints as well.
We're going to play Ulterior Motives 001, which is Noah's label.
Should we have the last voice note from Chavs and then end on the record?
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that, actually.
This is, I feel like he deserves introduction.
We haven't spoke about it enough.
Because this is one of the best things that's also come out of the spaces, Travs Presents, which, if you don't know, get to fucking know. It's like, what do they call it? The resurgence of grime.
I mean, how it originally started was when Teddy and JP started hanging around here doing sets, which was from the start. I think we were introduced to Travs when he was filming music videos.
I think he was 18 at that point.
I think he was under 18.
Yeah.
And he wanted to film a music video here. I think it was for a Ren's music video. I can't remember what the song was.
Or
maybe it was
FAQs.
Yeah,
Stop asking questions.
One of those. And then we had all the MCs here, like on a Saturday, filming, and like in between shots, everyone was just jumping on the decks, jumping on mics. I think Travs realised there was something in it, and he came to us with his proposal to like curate 2 hours of radio every now and again, and it's blown up into this massive brand, and those that are like taking over the scene in a great way.
And I think that community as well, that kind of, I don't know, it's expanded, and I feel like Travs has really like put the graft in to create something super special alongside Chamber, Renz, David, a lot of people that make it happen, Sybil. So yeah, I think this voice note is the perfect way to sum up the show and 5 years and hopefully what's to come.
Yes, Travs here. And to me, if I looked up the word kindred in a thesaurus, I'd see the words next to it, community and home. And if I looked it in the dictionary, it would say a safe space for like-minded people from all genres that can come together, vibe together, have a beer and conversations together, and who have fun together. That's what kindred means to me.
Okay, yeah, playing our final record now. As I said just previously, it's Ulterior Motives, which is Noah's record label, and the tune is by DJ Persuasion. So I think it's quite a nice way to end the show.
Fuck, you know. thank you for everyone that's come through the space, played on radio, bought a t-shirt, bought a record, whatever. Don't have to buy anything. Thank you for just turning up.
Listened online.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you. And also, if you're listening and in London, come the fuck down tonight, and I may or may not give you a nice glass of wine.
Wait, maybe it's time to pop the Prosecco.
The Prosecco.
We've got some Prosecco. But yeah, it's been like such a great 5 years, and of course it will be another great 5 years ahead of us. So yeah, thank you everyone.
I love you.
Did that work?
Sound of Prosecco opening.